Okay, guys, so I'm driving back from Wisconsin, and I just want to give some thoughts I've had. I'm about to be 30 years old in less than 2 months, and I look back, the decade has just flown by. It's just been a blur, and I think for much of that time I was on gear and everything, and my sole focus was on getting stronger. My sole focus was on lifting, getting stronger. And anything that got in the way of that, I didn't care about as much. I kind of got cast aside because that's all that mattered to me through that decade. Predominantly, that was the main focus. So I think during my 20s, I lost sight, I lost track of the people around me, the things that are more important than lifting. And everything else just became kind of like background noise. And I think being on anabolics played a role in that to an extent, and trying to be semi-famous on social media, and just chasing that lifestyle. I think it was all like a distraction from the world around me. And now, I think there's some clarity for myself. I think not only being off anabolics, but I think just being on the cusp of my 30th birthday. It's like a deep evaluation period in my life. So, I just think about things and I'm like, my grandparents have been gone for like six and 7 years. And that's crazy to me. That went by so fast. And my parents are in their 60s, and my sister lives across the country, and all this kind of stuff. So it just gives me pause to appreciate what's really important. The people around you, that's what's most important. So I just feel like taking care of my wife, Kelly, making her the sole focus, and my parents and my grandparents, if they were still here, my sister. I just feel like that's what we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on our family, our wives, our parents, our kids, all those things. I think that's where the focus should be, and we should look at things as if it's we look too much at the destination. We're too caught up on where we're going. We're too caught up on deadlines. We're too caught up on certain dates that we lose sight of everything leading up to that. I'm like, why would I want to rush through my days, my weeks, my months because of some important, goal or some important date? I'd rather just enjoy the journey. That's what it's all about. And that's so cliche, but if we don't enjoy the journey, it's all going to be gone before we know it. If all we focus on are the deadlines, there's going to be nothing left. 99% of your life will just pass by before your eyes if all you're focused on are those certain dates, or if you're not really savoring each day. So I've gotten better about this in the last year or so. I've gotten better about appreciating it every day and appreciating the little things, but it's just I think it's a good reminder for everybody. I love lifting. I think we all do. If you're watching this, you obviously do. And it could be anything else as well. It could be other things that you're interested in, but it's all almost a distraction from what's important. And I feel like God put it in my heart, we gotta appreciate what's around us. We gotta appreciate what we have. Our focus is in the wrong places. We're focused on the wrong things. Because a lot of that stuff doesn't really matter. I'm already at a point where there's a new crop of lifters who have come along who are taking the spotlight right now. So what I did years ago, people know about it, but it's not as relevant. That's not what's going to be necessarily remembered. It might be remembered by a handful of people and remembered by you guys, but you know, how I treat those around me, appreciating the time I have with my family, that's what matters. That's what's important. So I think it's just kind of a wake-up call. You know, like I said, my grandparents, one set of my grandparents lived to be in their 60s and passed away long ago. My other set of grandparents passed away just, 7 years ago. But those 6-7 years they've flown, they flew by. And just like, we don't know how much time we have on this earth. And we don't know what's going to happen. Life throws us curveballs, but just appreciating what we do have. My parents still are here, and my wife, those are the most important people to me. My sister. And even like my dogs, I might only have 7-8 years left with some of them. So it's like, I just want to appreciate all that. That's the important stuff that matters. And I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but that's just the basic message. It's something I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about a lot of things now that I'm 30. I'm about to be. Because just everything really changes. Your focus changes. So it's fascinating, but it's humbling at the same time. So I appreciate you guys watching. And I know I need to make more videos. I will. I think I'm like 8 weeks out from the meet, so it's getting closer. But like I said, I'm not going to focus on that end goal. I'm just going to appreciate each day. When the meet gets here, the meet gets here. It'll be like any other day that I try to make the most of. So that's all, guys.